So it's just a little past 2 o'clock.
I'm on a Zoom with the Pine Barrens. It's 3 hours.
So I just want to get the meeting started, if that's agreeable to all. Good afternoon, everyone. I'd like to request from the commission members to consider adopting a motion for me to serve as today's meeting as the temporary non-voting chair in order to conduct the meeting.
So moved.
Second.
A second. Okay. And can we all please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America,
America, to the
for which it
republic for
stands,
which it stands, one
One
nation,
under
under God, indivisible.
liberty and
liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Okay, I'd like to perform a roll call of the members present. Town of Brookhaven,
Present.
Supervisor Romaine. Town of Southampton,
Present.
Marty Shea. Town of Riverhead, Supervisor Aguiar. Suffolk County,
Present.
Dorian. Okay, so we have a quorum present today of 4 members. The notice of this meeting followed the open meetings law as amended by Executive Order 202.1 and as subsequently extended, which allows meetings to take place remotely. Good afternoon. My name is Judy Jacobson. I'm the Interim Executive Director of the Central Pine Barrens Commission, and I'll be serving as today's moderator for the meeting. This is the April 21st, 2021 Commission meeting, and it will be recorded. Minutes will be taken, and the meeting, the recording for the Zoom meeting will be posted on the Commission's website. So moving on to the agenda, under item 1A, public comments. I just want to, before we start taking comments from the public, will be able to directly participate and provide comment during the public comment sections at the beginning and end of today's meeting. Unless providing public comment, the audio will be muted and video feeds disabled for the entirety of the commission meeting. For the public comment sections on the agenda, the emails that have been received through info@pb.state.ny.us will be read, and the public will be provided the opportunity to speak by selecting the raise your hand feature in Zoom or by entering your request in the chat feature. Make sure you are properly identified with first and last names so we can call on you to speak. Once you are selected, please limit your comments to 2 minutes. You will receive an indication from staff when you are approaching the 2-minute mark and be asked to finalize your comments. The opportunity to provide public comment will then be made available to individuals participating by phone. And I know we did not receive any comments via the email. Do we have any phone-in individuals that would like to speak? Okay. Is there anyone present now via Zoom that would like to speak? Please indicate by the raise your hand feature or entering your request into the chat. Okay, I don't see any indication of anyone wishing to speak. So we will move on to item 1B, the minutes for the March 17th, 2021 commission meeting minutes. And are there any corrections or changes?
I'll make a motion to adopt the minutes as written.
Second that motion.
Thank you. Okay, and the motion passed.
Roll call.
Under item 2A, signs and under 2, signs.
Judy, can we just have a vote on the motion?
Oh, I'm sorry.
We can,
all in
members
favor?
that are to approve can
Excuse me,
indicate by
all in
raising your
favor?
hand. I'm sorry, Judy, I'm,
All in favor, please raise your hand. Thank you. Sorry about that. So the motion passed 4-0. Under item 2, Science and Stewardship, 2A, Memorandum of Understanding between the Commission and Brookhaven National Laboratory. The draft, you have received a draft resolution for approval. This memorandum of us, you've received a copy of the MOU, the proposed MOU, along with the draft resolution. The MOU between the Commission and will be between the Commission and the Department of Energy, Brookhaven Site Office, and Brookhaven Science Associates that operates and manages Brookhaven National Lab. And it will facilitate and strengthen our collaboration opportunities with BNL that not only have been ongoing for many years at this point in terms of ecological stewardship and research, such as the Forest Health Monitoring Program, our educational initiatives, such as the Day in the Life programs, among the other educational programs, and will facilitate access and use of the facilities by the Commission's Fire Academy that operates its training in the fall at the BNL facilities. And they also sometimes do during training operations during other times of the year. The MOU will foster future endeavors in these areas, including prescribed fire, as BNL has significant experience in woodland burns that will benefit the Commission in carrying out its own prescribed fire management program. And since through this MOU, there will be opportunities to share experience, resources, and provide a limited exchange of personnel for prescribed fire events. And I'm looking for a motion to
Make a
adopt.
motion to adopt the draft resolution for the memorandum of understanding with BNL.
A second. Was that you, Marty? Oh, Dorian, sorry.
the second was made by Town of Riverhead. Her hand was up first.
Oh, excuse me. Supervisor.
sorry.
Dior. All in favor, please raise your hand. The motion passed with a vote of 4-0. Moving on to item 3, planning, land use, and the Pine Barrens Credit Program, Core Preservation Area. 3A, Peconic River Herb Farm, located on River Road in Calverton. Approval and execution of a consent order. We received back from Ms. Spindler, who owns the Peconic Herb Farm located in Riverhead, the consent order that was issued by the Commission for a clearing violation that occurred on that property in 2020, where a 50 by 100 foot area was cleared. The Commission was made aware of this clearing violation last year, and they issued a notice of violation in July of 2020. A compliance conference was held with Ms. Spindler and her attorney to discuss the terms to settle the consent order, which became a part of the draft consent order provided to the Commission previously. The terms of the consent order include the preparation and implementation of a restoration plan, which is attached to the consent order, and a $5,000 fine with $2,500 to be suspended pending complete compliance with the terms of the consent order. Ms. Spindler has paid $2,500 of the fine and signed the consent order, and I am looking for a motion to approve the execution.
Make a resolution to approve the order on consent as drafted.
And second,
I'll second it.
Marty. All in favor? The motion passed, the vote 4-0. Under compatible growth area, we have under, was it 3B? We have a referral for public storage, a quorum on Middle Country Road. Development of 3 stories, 62,730 square foot storage building on 6.5 acres. Draft letter's been prepared by staff. Julie?
Thank you. Good afternoon. You all have a copy of the draft letter. Just to quickly go through it, the site is in Coram, west of 112 on the south side of Middle Country Road. There's an existing building with commercial uses, including a Laser Kingdom and Wood Kingdom. The site is approximately between 6 and 12 acres, and this is one of the things that we've expressed in the letter. We have some questions about the project site, how the size, the zoning. There's a zone change and a site plan proposed for the commercial storage facility. There's an existing storage facility on the west side, and also on the east side, there's a storage facility and U-Haul use. So we have some questions in a brief letter to the town in response to the referral. So we're looking for your approval to send that letter.
Well, I'm supervisor, please send a letter to the town.
Thank you. Thank you.
Please send a letter, and we have not taken that up as a town.
Okay.
In terms of approving any of this. So I assume that come to the Pine Barrens first, Pine Barrens Commission. I will have our planning commissioner, who you speak with, Beth Riley, respond to this letter.
Thank you, Supervisor Romaine.
Have you been in touch with Beth Riley?
No, but I will give her a call. Yeah, sure.
Just give her a call.
Okay.
To get you the information you need, and then we can take that up at our next meeting.
Okay, thank you.
So usually we have a motion with
I'll make
supervisor.
the motion.
Okay, and a second?
I'll second.
Thank you. All in favor, please raise your hand. Motion passed 4-0. The next item on the agenda under credit program is overlap parcels research project presentation that will be provided by Jerry Taverdi. Jerry?
Thank you, Judy. Good afternoon, everyone. So I will try to share my screen so you can see the presentation. So you can see it, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Great. So the main goal of the project was to determine the total number of parcels which has the overlap conditions, and the potential number of Pine Barren credits that can be generated. And as an example, the overlap condition is between the 2 parcels, and they can be either between the privately owned and publicly owned parcels, or between 2 privately owned parcels. And the publicly owned parcels, most of them are owned by the county, and some of them are also from the state of New York. And so why is it important for us? The thing is that the properties that have a clear title, they can generate credits. And before December 31st, 2018, those applicants who applied for the credits, they had an option to provide the commission with affirmative insurance and therefore resolve that issue. So those who applied after December 2018, They don't have this option anymore, and the commission doesn't accept the affirmative insurance for their properties. So first, we started the project with identifying the overlap parcel polygons and property ownership. And we used the 2018 Suffolk County data. We did that with the assistance from Water Authority GIS department, and the special credit goes to Caitlin Cassane, and she works for Water Authority as a strategic initiative project specialist. After that, we calculated the number of potential credits that can be generated by applying the parcel's acreage and the development yield factor formulas from Chapter 6 of Comprehensive Land Use Plan. And you will see in the results, we included only the parcels that are privately owned, since the publicly owned parcels, they are not eligible to receive any credits. So we broke down the parcels by 5 school districts, 2 of them in Brookhaven town and 3 in the town of Southampton, and no overlap parcels were identified in the town of Riverhead. So the results, first one is the Eastport School District from the Brookhaven town. We had 4.3 credits, potential credits, with private and public parcels, 4.1 with 2 private parcels, and then gives us the 8 total number of 8 potential credits. Next one is Longwood School District with 14 credits, private with public, 10 credits, 2 private parcels, and that's 24 credits total. Next one, so that's the Brookhaven town total, which is 18 credits, private with public, 14 2 private parcels, and the total number of 32.8 credits. Next is the Southampton town, REMSENBURG School District, 1.1 private with public, 7 2 private parcels, and 8 credits total. Next one is Riverhead, 8 credits private and public, almost 2 credits, 2 private, and 10 credits total. So the last Westhampton School District, 11, almost 12 credits private with public, almost 15 to private parcels, and gives us a total of 25 credits. And Southampton total, 21 credits private with public, almost 24 to private, with a total of almost 45 credits. So to sum it up, this is a chart which shows the overlap parcels, and the largest number was in the Westhampton School District, 74, then Riverhead 63, and this lowest was in the Eastport, just 9 parcels. sorry. The next chart is the number of potential credits. And again, the Westhampton School District has a lead with 26, along with 24, Riverhead 10, and Eastport and Remsenburg with just 8 potential credits each. So this graph shows the number of credits per town. The Brookhaven has almost 33 credits, Southampton almost 45. And if you look at the number of parcels in the town of Southampton, it's much larger number. It's 149 versus Brookhaven 31. And that means that on average, Brookhaven town parcels are larger in size, and there's more parcels that have road frontage there. And finally, so the total number for the private parcels with overlap conditions is 180, and they potentially can generate 77.74 credits. And this is a breakdown by private and public, and private and private. The number is almost equal, 39 and 38. And if you look at the number of parcels, again, within private and private, on average, they have a larger parcel size. So just to sum it up, the options that we have at this point for private and private parcels, there's not much we can do. They need to be resolved in the court. In terms of private and public, not sure if it can be sold on a county or state level. And we are open to your recommendations and comments. And also we have drafted a resolution which reiterated the current policy requirements that we have in regard of overlap properties. And we set up the deadline for those parcels who applied before December 31st, 2018, so they can still use the affirmative insurance as an option. So that's all I have. If you have any questions.
John, do you have anything you want to add?
Good job, Jerry, and thank you, Caitlin. I know it's been a project that's been worked on for a long time by both of them. The formulas were, the credit allocations were based on the formula. So there was just a straight application of the formula rules. And I know there's on the agenda is a resolution, as Jerry mentioned, to deal with overlaps.
I have a question. We discussed this yesterday, and I was wondering, Jerry, if on the private-public overlaps, did you discount for the public portion, since the public can't yield credit?
Correct. I didn't count the public parcels, and obviously they can't generate any credits, so they were discounted. Correct. The only privately owned parcels were included in the numbers, in the result numbers.
Okay, well, thank you, Jerry. I know a lot of work went into this, and it's good to know how many credits are out there should the owners choose to go to court and do bar claims and figure out who has better title. Because that's what it all comes down to. You know, as far as the publicly owned parcels, the county owned parcels anyway, once we take them, they're transferred immediately to parks and the nature preserve, and credits are extinguished. And I know that we can't, we don't quitclaim county property to a private person for no consideration so that they can get consideration for it. So really it all, everything, all the overlaps hinge on the owners going to court to figure out who has better title.
Right. So we provided you with a draft resolution on the eligibility of overlap parcels to receive Pine Barrens credits. And it, in the resolved clauses, it indicates that the commission will continue not to grant credits on parcels that have not resolved their overlap condition. When they issue an LOI, they do indicate if there is an overlap condition that exists. However, they are required to resolve that condition before they are eligible to receive credits. The exception is for the individuals that have letters of interpretation that were issued prior to December 31st, 2018. And the resolution states that they will have, individuals with those letters would have until July 30th, 2021 to resolve the overlap commission under the commission's prior policy of granting credits if they were able to acquire affirmative title insurance.
Judy, I'll move the draft resolution.
Yeah, I'll second that motion.
All in favor, please raise your hand. Okay, 4 in favor, none opposed. The motion passed 4-0. Okay. So that brings us to the second public comment period. We did not receive any emails concerning public comments from PB Info. I don't know if there's any individuals on telephone at this point that want to provide comment. There were none earlier. If there are any individuals present via Zoom now, if they want to provide comment, please select the raise your hand feature or indicate so in the chat feature in Zoom, please.
They also have the ability to unmute themselves right now, too.
Okay. All right, so it seems like there are no public comments at this time. So that ends the agenda portion of the commission meeting. We will be required to go into a closed advisory session for legal counsel on enforcement matters. I will need a motion to go into advisory session, and we will not be returning to the public session. Okay, motion by Supervisor Romaine, second. Dorian. All in favor, please raise your hand. 4-0. 4 in favor, none opposed. The motion is approved. Okay, I guess, Julie, will you send them the conference call number, please?
Just sent it.
Okay, great.
You sent it?
So we'll be speaking shortly.
Okay.
Okay,
See you
thank you.
soon.